Hello, guys. Welcome once again to another panel review. And today, finally, we get back Love of Marriage Huntsville. Ah, I was so happy because I've been tired of the other Love of Marriage. They were not giving what they were supposed to give at all. So I'm happy that we've got back Love of Marriage Huntsville. What did you guys think about the episode, like in general? Like, if you give it a 0 to 10, how interesting or how boring was it?
Well, me personally, I give it about a good seven. Good seven. It was kind of interesting. I was kind of trying to figure out from the last season. Well, I mean, it's still the same season, but from the last episode, what was going to happen this episode? Were we going to get any further, inside that pot, you know? So I'm happy that I wasn't let down.
What about you, shop reality?
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. Sorry, yeah, I'd say the same thing. I'd give it a seven. The Maurice and Kimmy scenes I can just always do without. But other than that, I liked the pace of it. It was moving fast. It wasn't like a lot of dry conversations. So yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I did enjoy. Like, I was shocked. I was shocked that it was that interesting. Literally very shocked, but I did enjoy it. Okay, going to the episode. The first thing I just want to talk about is this issue of this, Walmart. I don't know whether it was Walmart or what that this video came out from. Now, I was doing a live reaction yesterday, and someone was on my comment section saying that the video was actually wrong, that they used her picture and she wasn't the one. And I don't know how true that was. I just saw it on my comment section, but I did not know how true it was, how truthful that is. But if that is true, why would you take somebody else's picture and put up and go through Crimestoppers and the rest without confirming that that's not the person you're looking for or not? It didn't sound well to me. And the way the reporters were doing it, they even showed her the car. I was like, the car. I was like, it was very funny and at the same time very annoying.
Yeah, that was supposed to be in Home Depot. First off, like when I shop, I'm not a purse person. You know what I'm saying? Too easy to get
Mm-hmm.
snatched. Too easy to get snatched. I'll take my little fanny pack. Ain't nothing really in it because everything is up in my bosoms. You go towards there, we have a problem. You know, but like that's a big purse to be walking in that store with because 9 times out of 10 they're gonna look at you like you stealing with a big old purse like that. you know
Maybe she's going to
Seriously,
buy a toilet seat.
with that big purse.
It will fit. That's why she has the big purse. You don't
Girl,
get a toilet seat. So
God. Yeah, and I'm kind of skeptical simply because, like, why would you have your kid with you? These are the uh what they're saying, that she had her kid with her. Her kid had a lock. She had a bunch of stuff in her purse. As she was approached by loss prevention, she dumped the stuff that she supposedly had took out of her purse and gave it back to him, and told her son to keep walking towards the car. He had a lock, some type of lock on him. Now why would you like almost wreck your car with two other cars trying to get out the parking lot like you just robbed the bank? You know what I'm saying? So
not a
it's just,
bank.
yeah, it just sounds crazy. You know what I'm saying?
It does
Oh
sound
my
crazy. And then they showed the footage of her allegedly her car try. They said that car almost hit two other cars, right?
Yeah.
And and then I don't think that they. Well, let me not get into that. But do you remember the Olympics in Atlanta a long time ago, where they had falsely accused that man of No, you guys don't remember anyway. I was just wondering why you guys mentioned that. Where did you get the story from that it was her face, but it was someone else who was accused of taking the stuff? Is that what she said, or
I don't know. I said I I was having a live reaction yesterday when the show was airing live, right? So I was
Mhm.
live on YouTube. So someone was on my comment section because I was like, this evidence is so like is this is like a sold case to me because I feel like she's the one. And the person was on my comment section saying that no, that what happened was that she exactly was not the one. Like the video was wrong. They used a wrong video. She was not the person that took whatever they were accusing her for. And that right now, I think someone even said on my comment section that um there's a lawsuit. I don't know how true that is.
well, good for
But
her because if they did
that's
plaster
what
her
I heard.
face up there without it being her, then yeah, she should
And,
sue them.
and, and, as- and the thing is that why I tend to believe that it's true is because up to now we've not heard of any court case, we've not heard of her being charged, nothing. So I feel like probably it was a mistake from the store itself that made the mistake by putting her face. I feel like that's what really happened.
All I can say is never go shopping in Huntsville because Crime Stopper, boy, they gonna get you every time. You know that like this is the second time. This is the second time I done heard about Crime Stoppers out there. First, when Martell's brother was on there, remember?
Mhm.
No, I
Now
didn't hear
Keke.
about that.
Oh yeah, he was on there. What was the reason why he was on Crime Stoppers? He did something. Oh, jeez,
I
so
think they were
hurtful.
looking for him. He was on the run.
Yeah.
On the run.
Jeez.
He was on the run, so they were looking for him. Like I
I kind
feel
of,
like
I kind of feel bad for my niece because she goes to college out there in Huntsville, and it's like, girls, stay out the stores. She doesn't steal, but I'm just saying, stay out the
Stay out the
stores.
store.
Yes, shop online. It's safer, you know.
I
Hey
know.
y'all, how you doing?
Hey,
Hey, how you been?
I'm feeling a little better, but my throat and my breathing is still a little off, but I feel a lot better today.
Well, that's
oh,
good.
Mm,
that's good, baby.
nice.
How you been?
Oh,
Oh,
Shot
I'm
reality, I
doing
ain't
well.
heard.
Sorry, I'm doing okay. I'm just stuffing my face right now, but other than that, I'm good.
Yeah. How did y'all feel? I just tuned in. I watched the episode and I that Tiffany is something, boy. That Tiffany, she's a witch to me. She just looks evil.
Oh no.
She just looks like, oh, like you're too pretty to be evil like that. I always wonder why them pretty girls be so evil and mean. It's like God. Because the way she's going after Keke is like, girl, you act like she done really did something to you. You
I
know?
was surprised.
It's unbelievable. And then for her, a lot of people sometimes say when there's rumors out there and somebody that's connected to them speak on it and they say, why did you speak on it? Because when you speak on it, it makes it seem like it's some truth to it. So when Tiffany put it out there like that, she act like she has some inside, you know, news and that she knew for a fact. And that's sad. I hope when if because Keke did say that it's a case going on because she is suing. I hope
Mhm.
Tiffany got to pay some got to answer to something because I think she's the one that had the Crime Stoppers put that out, allegedly, in my
Oh
opinion.
no.
I do. I think she had something to do with it because she was the first one to know about it, and then sent it to whoever. And it's just sad, because Keke has enough to deal with. And you know what? I see it all the time. My grandmother, I have aunts, they're big pocketbook women, you know. They
Mhm.
carry them big pocketbooks. I ain't no pocketbook woman because I'm tomboyish, you know. I'm kind of
Mhm.
tomboyish, so I'll use a little throw over purse or a fanny pack or something like that because I'm just not a pocketbook girl. But
Mhm.
my aunts and them, they be having them big bags. And I don't care if you have big bags or not. Don't you dare tell me to walk over and empty anything if you don't got no proof. That's embarrassing. It's insulting, you know? And I remember where I live in like I left the hood and I'm in middle, in the boonies.
Suburb.
Yep, a little bit.
Mhm.
And my color is really not a lot out here. So I
Mhm.
remember because I don't have a car. So I have to walk a lot of places.
Mhm.
And where I was walking to the grocery store and there's a sub shop, like a little plaza that we cut through to get to the grocery store. It was broad daylight. Now, there was a clear woman walking towards me, and I'm walking towards her because she's coming from, I'm going to. Now, before she
Oh
got up to
God.
me, she took her pocketbook off her shoulder and wrapped her hands around it and walked by me like that. And then I looked back and she loosened it up and put it back on her shoulder. She
Wow.
act like I was gonna mug her in broad daylight and snatch her pocketbook just because of the color of my skin.
I can believe it.
It's an insult. It's
Yeah.
insulting. It's
Mhm.
just like, how dare you? So I hope Keke goes all the way with it. But back to that that
Tiffany.
girl Tiffany. She may be doing what they want her to do, but she's stupid because it's making her really look terrible. You can do things, you can be the bone carrier, but you don't have to do it in such a hateful way. She was talking about what kind of mother would take her kid and make them shop. Like, you was going in like you knew for a fact, and you included her son.
Right. What I didn't really like is the way Tiffany was sitting there smirking and laughing. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it was like, girl, stop.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this woman is still innocent until proven guilty. That's supposed
Mm-hmm.
to be our right and part of the law, right? You
Yeah.
know. So when she was doing that, I was like, okay, she is messy as hell. Like, who needs a friend like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She didn't like
Yeah.
Keke from the get.
Yeah. And I think Mel kind of know that. That's why she was looking at her like that and saying innocent until proven guilty. That's all Mel kept saying, like looking at her like, God, you are in it like that, like girl.
Yeah,
And then
Exactly.
like she's vested in it. Like that was her damn store.
and she's a manipulator because she tried to use Mel's words, right? She tried to say, like, basically, didn't you say you don't want certain people messing up your brand? Like, but first of
Yeah.
all, what you see in people through your eyelids may be different than what I see in a person.
True.
So for
Mm-hmm.
my boundaries and for my life, if I don't think a particular person is bad for my brand, but you think is bad for yours, that's your business. But don't tell me what you think is bad for my brand. You know?
Yeah, what is Tiffany's
Yeah.
brand? What is Tiffany's brand?
Child.
She does that
And I
clinical
love. And
research.
No, she has a great job, but what is her brand?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, what is her brand?
Okay, you got a great job, but that's not your brand because you don't got no name behind those research things. And if you do, we don't know about
yeah.
them. That's a
True
brand
that.
to me. A brand is out in the opening. Out, you know what I mean.
Yeah, when you
So,
got
Yeah.
goods, you got
it,
goods that you're selling.
if you are, if you have a brand, Tiffany, then you need to let us know what it is. Because other than that, you making your own self look bad by your behavior. Like, can't nobody mess that up but you right now. You're showing an evil person. You're showing a person who doesn't know how to authentically love the next person. And maybe it's because of the way she was raised. I don't know. Maybe she got attachment issues. I don't know. But to me, Tiffany don't seem like she can genuinely love other people, only in the people that's in her family because they cater to it. Like, oh, like my grandmother used to do with us. My grandmother parented out of guilt with us because our mothers was on drugs and she felt bad for us. So she would be like, leave them kids alone. Poor things. They mamas on drugs in jail. Leave them kids alone. But it didn't help us in the long run because we didn't learn authority figure and rules. But she did the best she could at the time, what she was working with. But as I'm an adult, I see where it went left. You know what I mean? So I think Tiffany's family or that's around her maybe treat her like that. So she basically gets her way so she don't see the error of her ways. And that's why her feelings get hurt so quick when the outsiders really go at her because it's like, you're talking to me like that? Like, how dare you? I just ain't feeling Tiffany at all.
Yeah, and the fact when she was talking about the brand thing, I love the way Melody did really shut her up. Like, if you know that this is gonna affect you, simple, very easy solved. Don't talk to the person. Don't interact with the person. Let the person not be in your circle. Like, it can be easily solved. So why was she like the way she kept on pushing? I was like, this lady, I could have read Melody's face. Melody was not interested in that conversation.
Because you don't hang with Keke anyway, Tiffany.
Yeah.
She messing up your
And she
brain. You
said,
don't hang with
Melody, you
her.
told me to try to be cordial with her. Like, simple. Yeah, we've
Right.
seen her face on crime watchers. Stop being cordial with her. Don't interact with her. It's like, why are you trying to hint? Like, I don't know what she was aiming at. Probably she was aiming at Melody, probably hating on Keke or shitting on Keke. I feel
She
like that
was
was what she
trying
was
to do
going
that,
for.
I think. But my thing is, if y'all want to talk about brands and people making y'all look bad, y'all all are cool with a man that threatened revenge, thing on their ex-wife. Y'all are all breaking bread with a man who has abusive tendencies and not in knock ways. Y'all are all hanging with a man who has bashed, lied, and tortured his ex-wife. So when you want to talk about somebody being bad for somebody's brand, you ain't talking about the real stuff.
Hi,
Hi,
Marissa.
everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
I just wanted to add something right quick. I might drop down unsuspectingly just to let you know. But from what I understood was that Tisha was the one that put what's her name, Tiffany, up to bringing that up on the show about Keke being, stealing everything from the Home Depot. Did anybody else hear that?
Her own cousin?
I believe
Yeah.
it. I believe
Yeah.
it. I believe
Yeah,
it. But
that's how it all got exposed on the show and everything. Tisha was the one that, put that out there for it to be like, brought up on the show. But
mm,
she
mm,
used
mm.
Tiffany to do that.
And Tiffany
But
was
that
willing.
but that just like, like look, that made me look at Tiffany like, differently because wasn't Tisha the one that didn't invite you to do the expo, but now you're gonna do her dirty work?
Ann said that you need to get a blood test because that you didn't last season. Tisha said that the word of why she got my marriage in her mouth. The word on the street is Tiffany stepping out. Allegedly, I heard Tisha say that.
Right, I
Mm.
remember that. I remember that. I definitely remember that. But that didn't even age well at all because it didn't make any sense then and it still doesn't make any sense now. If anything, I believe that, her marriage is the one that's, up for like, judgment. And
Mm-hmm.
the way that Marsau out there begging for $100 and making a fool out of himself, I'll be thinking that he out there with Keke.
All right now,
Oh God.
seriously, because it
Oh
don't
my
make
God.
sense. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. Something ain't right, but I just can't believe that they would go that far. And the thing with them is, before they do their research, they put stuff out and then they end up looking stupid later.
Mm. It's
You
hard to
know,
retract it
like they did
once
with
it's on
Mel. They took
television. Yeah.
everything that hotel said without verifying and without receipts, and they ran with it like it was true. And now they're all quietly looking stupid because things have unfolded, and they're looking stupid quietly. They should have learned their lesson. Stop jumping on stuff until you have full receipts. You know.
Yeah. And the fact that what even pissed me off when it comes to Tisha was the fact that this place, like these women, the both of them, I just don't understand. The fact that she was like, I don't send, I don't know, I've forgotten the language she put for Tiffany and Stormy, and was like, I don't know what Tiffany does. I was like, "Oh, really? What you guys are here talking about don't not knowing what Tiffany does and saying that because you don't know what she does, that's why she was not a speaker. Your husband literally said rubbish on the stage because he doesn't know what he does. Yes, he doesn't know what he does.
He know what he
He
do, but he can't
what
tell.
what,
He
what
can't say
exactly
it.
does Marsau do? What exactly does Maurice do? If you want to be questioning people, question yourself and your
Hmm.
husbands. Don't go ahead questioning someone that is more accomplished than you and saying, "Oh, you don't exactly know what she does." Like, if you want to be shady, come with a better shade. Not that that
Hmm.
shade did not do well for me because that was not a shade.
Hmm.
Well, I want to know what the house do because, like, why is it taking so damn long just to do your damn house?
Cause he got to get another victim to get the money to buy the rest of the material.
Oh,
Jeez.
Allegedly, and in my opinion, he's a Ponzi scheme man. Rob Peter to pay Paul.
Mm.
what?
I know all about it all too well. Trust me, guys.
Okay.
That's what he's doing. You know, that's what he's doing because it don't make sense. Nothing he do. And then teacher talking about we don't know what she do. We don't know what you do. We know what you claim you do, but we don't see what it is. We don't see nothing from it.
Right.
You know, Tiffany
Mm-hmm.
been way more accomplished and independent than you. You still begging your man to get recognition and be out the house without just using your name to get on loans and stuff. Stop it, girl.
What?
Stop it.
Wow.
Don't
Wow.
get me started.
Mm.
I don't know. Like both of them talking, I was like, fix your problems first before you talk about other people's problem. Before you poke your nose for a people's problem, and you're fighting over $100. That till today we don't even know what happened to the money that was raised for that event, the Blaque Expo. What exactly did they use it for? Like they are never clear with what they use their money for. Then as in, I don't think I want to do anything with them. You have not been clear about what you did with the money, with all the $100 you collected, and you're here talking and getting pissed off over somebody saying, "Oh, you didn't invite me," or I didn't understand why you asking me for $100." Like we are here having argument for $100.
a
I
hundred
thought that you are
dollars.
all millionaires.
Mm.
Wow. $100. That's 1,000 pennies, right?
I get Courtney's stance, but I mean Stormy's stance, but I don't get his stance because you had no business telling them the day of. That's just not cool. That's just not cool. If y'all had a meeting about it, why didn't you, if you wasn't trying to be slick or get over on somebody, why didn't you mention that $100 at that meeting? You didn't because that wasn't
Yeah,
your thought. That wasn't your thought. That's
exactly.
why.
That was what I thought, that he was trying to make excuses for himself
Yep.
why he asked her for the $100. You had a walkthrough. You guys previously had a walkthrough. You could have said it in that meeting that, oh, by the way, every vendor that is coming, you're gonna pay $100. Because you lied. You have always said it's for the community, it's for the
Yeah.
community, you're
That's
doing it
how
for the
you led.
community. Now you're coming to me and saying I have to pay $100. Like, how?
Mhm.
How? And now you're trying to like saying $100 is like, At the end of the day, I felt like both of them were grown ass men that claimed to be millionaires fighting over $100. Like it was funny to me.
No, he put it out. He pulled it out. This one pulled.
But yes,
Uh,
he did.
yeah, he pulled it out. He wasn't arguing about that. He was arguing about how he went about it. That's the point. It could be a nickel. Don't come
Right.
at me a
The day
certain
of.
way the
Yeah.
day of, and then you got a nerve to have the attitude, the smug, stinking attitude you got. I don't care if it was a nickel. You better come correct. No, he had a right to put him in his place.
Yeah, because I know if any man calls himself trying to check me, and I go tell my husband, oh, believe it, he's gonna get checked. And it may not be the way that he liked it, because Courtney was just way too calm.
That's
You
because
know,
cameras was on.
yeah, but sometimes, girl, it might be worth that them handcuffs. You know what I'm saying? Just to let a person know that you don't play here. This isn't a playground. You don't play here. You know.
Mm.
So yeah, Marsau, he's very lucky that he had to face Courtney, and Courtney was really calm about it. Like Courtney said, he got millions to drop upon millions. Like I still just want to know, where did the money go from this event? Did it go back to the public? Did the proceeds go into, the homeless community, the
No,
food banks? Like,
no.
where did it go?
To the material to finish that they try to fix their house.
Wow.
Come on.
Allegedly, and in my opinion, because Stormy mentioned that. She said, let's give it to the community. Now, I need it. Well, what's
Oh
going
wow.
on? He ain't said where it went. That would be the first thing you do,
Yeah.
is to say, look what we was able to give to the community because of the first expo.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that because they can't admit it. They can't. They don't
Yes,
got no.
exactly.
They don't got no tax ID number receipt for donating the money. They don't got none of that because they didn't do that. They put that money into their house like they did allegedly, in my opinion, how they did them other people. They took their money for materials and they put those materials in their house.
Wow.
Allegedly, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And they was trying to come at Courtney saying that coming from a man that sells women's products. That was, I'm like, why does Masao always try to come for other people's job description when his is not
Mm-hmm.
even stable?
Yeah, he
It's
always
not
got to
stable.
make it
It's not
good.
standard. You are not authentic. You're not true. In short, you are not somebody anybody wants to work with, and you come for other people's source of income. I don't care whether he's making money from women's product. People do that and are billionaires,
Mm-hmm.
millionaires today. We don't care as far as you put out a good product outside. What about you that
Mm-hmm.
is talking about someone using being a woman's, in women's product? What have you done with your manly product? What exactly can we say? Yes, this is one thing that Masawa has done and I've appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Whenever he comes for people's jobs, I look at him and be like, "You're supposed to be ashamed of yourself." It's giving me, "Oh, I'm jealous that you're doing better than me."
Mm-hmm. Well, them woman's hair products bought that big old house they in. And that land they got. So
At least they are not. They haven't been waiting to build Scott Manor for how many years? They have the house at least.
they ain't gotta
They
go
have
and
the
pay
farm.
somebody else rent while they fixing up their own
Yeah,
big old house.
exactly. So who's better?
Mm,
You've been building your house for how many years now?
yeah, yeah.
And you're shitting on somebody that has a house, has a business, and you're being like, "Oh, it's a woman's product stuff." I'm like, please spare spare me all that. Spare me.
And he still wants an apology.
I don't know. Oh
Apology.
my god.
Apology.
Yeah.
And the way he was so slick about it. If you I know there's an apology coming, but when it comes to me, I would accept it. I was like, really? You really think the apology is coming to you?
Mm, mm, mm.
How I don't know how delusional, or I'm trying to look for a better word to give to him.
He's
Does
a
he think
Mitch. He's a straight
that
Mitch.
Yeah, I
that
mean, when Stormy came back, after she set it up, she came back. She was dressed up, and he goes, "Oh, hey, Stormy, I didn't know that was you. Like that was a dig. Like, dude,
Oh,
what is your problem? You know what I'm saying?
he did that?
Yeah." He asked her, "Oh, I didn't know that was you. Like, oh, because she's dressed up and she has on makeup."
Oh,
And she's ready for this
wow.
event. He didn't know that was her. Like she just looked so
Oh, the mouth
drab
on him.
before. Yeah, it's like, dude, you know what?
Mm,
Ooh,
mm,
thank
mm,
God I am not on that show. Cause it'd
mm,
be a whole different show. They'd be like, okay, living for my girls four has been locked up again. You
mm,
know,
mm, mm.
goodness gracious. Yeah,
oh
he needs to learn to have respect for grown ass women that are not his woman. Because we see he has no respect for Latisha. He tells Latisha what to think, how to feel, what to do, what to say. And what kind of relationship is that? That's like having a father. Shit.
Mm, mm, mm.
I think Tisha is the person that has conditioned him that way for him to think that he has the right to talk and put himself in situations that concern women. Like, keep stop talking about when it concerns women, remove your mouth. Let women talk about their issues. Simple and short.
Mm, mm, mm.
But he's
Yeah.
weak. He cannot face his fellow men. So he has to just pick at the women.
Yeah, well, we might as well put some lipstick and a wig on his ass because he's acting a little bitchy to me.
I told you he's a Mitch.
Oh, oh my God.
And
Let
Kimmy's disappointing me too. Oh God.
yeah.
He was
Let's talk
begging.
about
Oh
this.
my God, embarrassing.
This was the most embarrassing moment of the episode. Like, Martell is a user.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He always has friends that are beneficial to him. If you are not beneficial to him, you are as good as garbage. And the way he was with all audacity and was like, "You are my friend, I'm your client, you're supposed to like," he's a businessman before your friend.
true that. His
And he
family
has to
got to
make
eat.
money.
Yeah.
And he has given you this house for 8 months. He has tried, in my own books.
Yeah, but what about your other friends that you help? Martell, Hotel. I mean, Marsau. You know, help put him and his wife out. What about Maurice? Those are your buddies, right?
Oh,
Why they ain't helping you? Because they ain't your real friends, like Mel always said. Chris is your real friend. That's why he was willing to do what he did do. But at the end of the day, business is business. Chris ain't taking care of no grown man. And when he said, "You gonna put me and my kids out," Chris looked with that smirk, like, "Please, Melody got a big house. That won't happen. You may be out, but them kids got a place to go to."
That part. Yeah, I just think that Martell, he takes advantage of people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 8 months is plenty enough time.
Him
Knowing
and
that this isn't
Destiny.
a
Sorry.
stable, yeah, knowing that this is not a stable place for you to live, it's not permanent. You should have been on the ball. You know what I'm saying?
He was too busy running around town.
Yeah, we
Him
know.
and Destiny got the same thinking process. If you're my friend and you're up and I'm not, you supposed to do everything and put me in place to get up. I don't got to do the work for it. You know, Mel brought you in the room of the people. Now it's on you to do what you need to do. But you don't know how to do that because you don't have that character or that business mind. So you get mad if it don't turn out the way it turned out for Mel, the way it turned out for you. But they are the same type. They think that just because their friends have things, they're supposed to take care of them.
Oh, that's bull. Everybody's grown. You know what I'm saying? If I got resources and I know what you need, I'm gonna direct you towards what you need. I'm gonna tell you everything I know about what you need to know. Now the rest of it has to be on you. You
You
have to
got
make the
friends that pay
initiative.
tickets. You got friends that pay tickets for you to go to Europe. They could have paid for a security deposit for you.
Hmm.
I'm just saying. They could
Wow.
pay for a ticket for you to go out the country, but they can't pay for you a security deposit
Hmm.
for you and your kids. I'm confused.
Oh,
Well, he got two
oh,
weeks to move out, so I
yeah,
don't know what he
I
gonna
was
do.
happy he said that, like 2 weeks. He had the cost to be asking for 90 more days. That's 3 more months after he has given you 8 months.
Mm,
8 good months, and
mm.
you're still asking for 3 more months. That Martell is selfish, and he didn't even apologize when he was trying to tell him that I am pissed off. I'm pissed off for the fact that you subpoenaed me to court, knowing that I'm friends with you and Melody, which we're not supposed to do that. He didn't even try to say, okay, I am sorry. He was making stupid excuses of, oh, even if you're my friend or Melody's friends, I just wanted you to go up there and say the truth. I was like, really? Martell, why are you lying? We can remember in the last episode of the part A how he rained down on his mom because the mom didn't literally say what he wanted her to say. Understand?
True.
And you are here
True.
saying, "Oh, I just wanted you to, say the truth." I felt like he wanted Melody to feel like you don't have anybody on your side. I have taken everybody you think you have on your side. That was why
Hmm.
he disciplined them, even when he knows that they are Melody's friends.
And not only that, he's the one feeding them information. There's no proof of nothing. You went to them. You went to your mother bad mouth familiar. Oh, she got 20 babysitters. Oh, she got this. So if she do go up on the stand, it's hearsay. She didn't see that for her own self. So he's like Marsau. He think if he say it, his word is bond. You supposed to just believe it. And Chris said, "Nah, you leave me out of it. I ain't got nothing to add. Leave me out of it."
Hmm.
That's what he wanted people to go up there and do. That's what he thought they were going to do, say something against Melody because of what he fed them. But they can't do that in good conscience because what he's feeding them don't match her walk.
Right.
Exactly.
And it's no proof. Just like Mel said on her interview the other day. You still talking about that with no receipts, but we got receipts of yours though.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Stop it already.
That's the thing. Like he's always talking about Melody every time. Like he. The fact is, he claims to be doing well. I'm okay and everything, but you can't pay for your house. He said that he has a property that he has looked for, but he needs 90 days. What kind of property do you need 90 days before you acquire it? I'm confused.
I thought he said he was building a house not too far from Chris's some daycare or something at his
Yeah, he
house.
did say that. He said he's
Yeah.
building the house and he need a 90 more days. And Chris said, I already gave you 90 days. You've been here 8 months, but I told you 90 days ago that these people were selling.
Right. You know,
Yeah.
Chris is a better friend.
I think what
Chris is
he's
a better
waiting
friend
on.
than me because I would have packed you out myself. Like I would have shown you out. Because you cannot, because of friendship, ruin my own business. Because
Right.
above the friendship, the business comes first. If the owner decides to sue Chris, is he going to pay the attorney fees?
Right.
Is he going to
Right.
pay whatever thing or whatever cash that needs to be paid when that happens? And he's like, "You're my friend and my client, so you owe me." Like, owe you 8 months. I haven't seen any friend that would do that. 8 months. And the people you are calling, like Ladon said, the people you have been calling your friends, who is Marsau, Maurice, and the rest, none of them came to your aid, helped you in that past 8 months.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I think
Mm-mm.
But
with
he
Mark,
did. And you were still looking at him be like, how do you expect me to find a house in 90 days? How, like, what was he like? I felt like he was just selfish, a
Well,
selfish user.
if he got money to pay for a stylist, to pay for what is that, a manager or whatever they call it, and all of that for you and coleslaw, then why you ain't putting that money towards an apartment?
I think simply because, like when you're staying in somebody's home, right? And they're trying to sell their home, when they get ready to sell their home, the mortgage company will say, okay, look, out of your sale, what we'll do is we'll take some of that money and we'll offer it to the tenant for a moving fee just to get them out of there. Maybe he's waiting on that.
But my thing
A
is this:
location fee is what they
how
call it.
is he a tenant, or did he just let him stay there as a friend?
I think he let him stay there as a friend.
He said he let him stay there as a friend.
So he ain't obligated to getting no money.
No,
Mm-hmm.
the mortgage company,
The
whoever
mortgage
owns the
company
house.
don't have to because he don't got no lease. He said it. He said you're day to day. Chris
Yeah,
said it. He said you're
yeah,
day to day. You don't have a lease. You don't.
yeah.
So the
Month to
mortgage
month.
company ain't gonna give nothing to nobody that don't a squatter that don't have a
True,
lease.
true that. Maybe he plans on squatting.
That's what he been doing, squatting. He's a bum. He's a bum. He need to go and get a blow up mattress and stay in somebody's basement like Basement Billy did. They can afford a blow up mattress now.
Won't he go
I'm
stay at
sure
his
some
mom?
woman
Uh,
will take him in.
Ain't that sad?
oh,
You ain't lying.
Arion is actually there. Arion is actually there to take him in every time.
He can't be there full time, no, if she's on Section 6, allegedly. If she's on Section 6 and he keep coming in and out of there, people will tell. And then they be loud too. She'll lose her vulture.
Oh, so they call it
He
Section
said they'd
6
be
out there.
loud.
They
They
be
call it Section
loud.
6 out there. They call it Section 8 out here.
It's Section 8 out here too, but one of the
Oh,
content creators be saying Section 6, so I'm just clowning her.
oh.
Okay.
Okay.
That is
it,
funny.
uh-huh. They be arguing and all of that. Now, how's she gonna feel now? Coleslaw, how's she gonna feel about seeing him with that ring on? I wonder, they all goody goody now, right? But when you see the episode where he got that ring on talking about manifesting, how is
Ooh,
Coleslaw gonna feel?
uh, that's her problem because whatever thing you decide to do, whatever effect that it happens after, that's your issue. It's not on anybody. You're seeing the signs. You decided to ignore the signs. So whatever that comes after, you take it in good faith. and, I'm sure I'll be expecting a rant on Instagram. I'm sure there'll be a rant from her on Instagram. So
Hmm.
I'll be waiting for her rants. She is always ranting. She's always complaining. When you always see her ranting whenever things don't go well. Whenever she comes on Instagram live, things were not really going well for her and Mattel. She only comes when things are going well. When you see her smiling too much, that means she's with Mattel. Like she's happy with Mattel. Like she always likes taking breadcrumbs. So whatever, I don't feel any ounce of pity for her. She loves the breadcrumbs that she gets from Mattel. So let her
Yeah,
enjoy it.
you're right. And there's a lot of women that take them breadcrumbs and be so happy with it. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
ADR.
Hilda said, I think Luciana or Branda had Belinda buy him land, put her name on plots of land, should have asked her to co-sign on another renter or let him stay in one of her houses. Do you think she's gonna do that? Do you think? Because I don't think they are. We've not heard anything about them again, whether they're still friends or something.
Oh, they ain't friends no more.
After the S
Yep.
um stuff, I don't think they're friends like that again.
No.
I think
No.
she's more sensible. She's more reasonable than Ariel.
Right. I think
Ariel is
that's
just
what made her run. When that came out, that's when she was like, all right, enough now. Nah, I can't get involved in this.
mm. Miss Anne said he's a user. He wanted Chris or Fred to have the same working arrangement with him that he had with Melody. Of course, he's a user, but I don't think like Chris has tried for him. I don't fault Chris for being pissed off by everything he has done.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Um, Now the last thing in today's episode, this these two, Kimmi, I I was like, if I was Kimmi, I would have taken that helmet off his head and gave him a big smack.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell was going on there? The disrespect, the lack of emotions, the lack of care that this guy had for this lady. She was telling you something that is painful to her, and you kept on asking, oh, so how long will that take? Checking your watch, trying to set. I'm like, and she was like, do you know that doesn't make it better? I'm like, you are even good, because I would have slapped him there and there when he did that action. When he took his watch and was trying to like, oh, let me check on how long it's gonna take, I would have smacked him.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was disrespectful. And Kimmy standing there, I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, they allow them to do this nonsense, because that cannot be me. That cannot be me. He just kept on talking about the sex, the thing. And the fact is that Kimmy, Kimmy is the author of her problem. You are saying that you are working on it for him, not for yourself. When have you ever done something for somebody else, it end up being fruitful? Doing something for your own self, it doesn't end
Mm-hmm.
well. And for her to say she's trying to work on it for him, not because she's prepared to work on it for herself, you're working on it for him. I don't think that's gonna be successful. And with the character he has, the the way he behaves, I don't think that's like making sense.
I think the same way you get them is the same way you gonna lose them. If you sleeping with somebody and they're still trying to end their marriage or fix their marriage, you let them go ahead and do their thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not waiting on nobody, you know? So the same way you got them, it's the same way you're going to lose them. Maybe she feels like, hey, she's not giving him enough sex. He's going to go look elsewhere.
I definitely think that's the seed he's planting, and that's not a good place to be in as a woman. And that's where Kimmy got to make, she got to put herself first, because even to me, if you make me feel like that, there's going to be a big problem.
Exactly.
It's going to be a big problem if you make me feel like that's what you'll do to me because I am really fighting this thing. Nah, because it's okay to give of yourself for the next person, but he's not even appreciating that. He's not even, you know, being compassionate and understanding. So that would really piss me off.
Yeah, you get to know a person when you're sick, when you're at your lowest.
Yeah.
If a person can't pick you up, especially your mate, then you know exactly who you're dealing with. You, like I said before, you think they're God sent, but God don't send you people like that.
You know who Kimmy reminds me of?
Ooh.
Shirley Strawberry.
Bingo.
No.
The it's like it's like they got some type of hang up on my man, my man, my man. Thank you for my man. Just because he has that little swing between his legs, it's a man. It's like some type of mental illness. Like he says things like, "Oh, I need sex." To me, when he says that, that means that he's capable. He cannot control himself. A person that can't control their sexual desires are Ernesto, and they come up with charges like Ernesto. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's so bizarre. I don't understand how women brains can, like go into like that mode of such patheticness. But Kimmy will blame you if Maurice do anything wrong. She'll blame you before she blame him, and that's crazy.
You are speaking, girl. You are speaking. That is the truth. She will
Didn't
blame.
Shirley blame her daughter?
Yup.
Hello.
Hmm.
Wow. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, I'm so glad that I taught my daughters dick is for free. You can find it anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to give it away. So, like, don't be hung up on one.
Exactly.
I just
Excuse my
I
language, but I'm rough with my girls the way I talk to them, you know, because hey, like I said, I was raised in the streets. I had to raise myself, and that's one thing I learned, you know. You can get that anywhere. Hell, they make toys.
I think the same woman that could be brainwashed in the church is the same one that could be brainwashed by a man.
yep. 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 Because it doesn't matter about your credentials or none of that. It's your mindset. And those type of women are not, they don't have the self-esteem or the inner strength to stand up for themselves. They're doormats.
Because the men will use that church stuff, that church habla, to actually convince them that what he's saying is true. And he might not even know what he's talking about. He probably might use her words on her, like how he did Strawberry. But it to me, I knew this lady. She was an old woman, and she had her grandkids was the foster kids. I grew up with the foster kids. They never had any clothes. Their hair wasn't done, nothing. They was always dirty all the time, snot, never clean clothes, nothing. But this lady had received foster care money for them. So when they got older, I asked her, I said, "Wow, how did y'all not have nothing and y'all lived in such squalor and y'all was getting the foster care money?" It was like five of them, five foster care checks. Come to
Mm,
find out, she was giving all her money to the church.
Lord.
Mm,
That's how
mm,
deep
mm,
that
mm.
gets. And the guys that I knew that was the kids, he called it pimping from the pulpit.
Mm-hmm. Because I agree with you because they may try to use the Bible, but when the Bible's talking about a man, he's talking about a good man. He's talking about a man that provides and protects, not a man that just got a thing between his legs and a little bit of muscles. So they're twisting it for their own, manipulative gain. It's sad, but I agree that woo. They will give it to them. That's so sad though. That people are, I don't know. Sometimes I get so frustrated that women ain't as strong minded as I am, but it's frustrating. You said you're hard with your girls. God knew what he did when he gave me one girl and three boys because I can't deal with these girls out here nowadays. It's a lot. It's a lot, you know?
Get a toy. I don't got time for that. I go off.
Girl, I've been a widower for 2 years now, going on 2 years. I'm also going through menopause. So I don't even got that feeling. Some people going through menopause still do, but and some don't. But your man is supposed to understand that when you go in at our age dating, they should know we all get old, and sometimes yours may not work before I still have the feeling, and you will want me to be there for you. They're selfish. Me, 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 me. Selfish.
I wonder if it's only the women that's from those Bible Belt states. I wonder if that's the case. Because I need to do a research on this because I never saw such foolishness. I'm from New York.
I'm Boston. I'm right around the corner from you, girl.
Yeah.
And I'm straight out Cali.
I ain't used to that. Like you said, I'm not used to that. I mean, especially when you blatantly see it. Kimmi sees it. She makes excuses for it. She sugarcoats it, and he puts in her head it's a badge of honor, and she really is believing that.
When
And
y'all saw her at Stormy's party, when they had that video of her, she looked so withered.
yes,
She looked so withered, like she didn't have her hair done, and it looked like she only dresses up for the show, but she looked her age, if not older. When
Yes.
I saw her standing with Tisha and them, she looked like a 65-year-old woman. That,
Frail.
yeah.
That's when I
And I,
seen her sickness and her age that day.
mm-hmm.
Wow.
I actually feel like I wish that she would realize that this guy is not someone she should be wasting her time on. I just wish she could see that he's not that important to her. Like, but I don't know. If after cancer she hasn't realized it, probably it's just too late for her.
Because you would think that would wake you up with a lot of things,
You would
Yeah.
think that Shirley Strawberry should wake her up. The same way Ernesto laughed at Shirley throughout those phone calls is the same way Maurice mocks Kimmi
Mm,
with her sickness.
mm. You are the same way. It's sickening. He mocks her. That's the perfect word. He mocks her. You're going to look at your watch. I would have knocked them eyes behind your head.
Baby, it would
I
have been a
would've-
scene.
Child.
I said none of them Scott brothers could have anything on me. I don't care,
It just wouldn't have
baby.
worked. First of
It,
all,
it would have been lights out or lights, camera, action. Roll the tape because I'm about to give y'all a show.
child. Mm. And they stand by the men. And Shirley Strawberry, her too. She stood,
But
she,
look at how she had to be exposed.
mm.
She refused to apologize to her daughter publicly the same way she apologized to Steve. And that right there makes her worse than Onesto.
I would, if I
I'm
was her
sorry.
daughter, I wouldn't deal with her no more. No more, because I'm not gonna wait for another man to come along for you to do that to me again.
I'm starting to think that she gave her daughter to Ernesto. That's how I see it.
Sad to say, there are women out there that are like that. It's the truth. There are women out there that are like that do that with their daughters and stuff like that. It's a fact. I worked in drug programs and shelters and stuff like that, and hearing their stories. Yes, there are mothers that did that.
Wow.
And it's terrible. But I know
I
one
see
thing.
red. When I hear stuff like that, I see red.
Girl,
I can't. I see red.
I had to quit the job. I was physically getting sick. Okay?
Wow.
It's tough. But if I was her daughter, I would not even I would accept her apology, but it will be a new relationship and it would be non-existent.
No, I would not. Not after not after my kids was affected by it. I'm sorry. I'm done. The kids.
I didn't
It
know
wasn't
the
just the
kids
daughter. It was the grandkids
I
too.
did not know the grandkids. Girl, I didn't know the grandkids was affected. I did not know that. Yeah, nope. It would
And
be
she
out
got
of.
mad at her and said, she's now my enemy. Oh, child.
Oh,
If
your
I could have climbed
daughter.
through these lines, through these YouTube internet lines, oh my, I
The
don't want to see
one
her in
you
person.
birthed.
I want to see her in person. I don't want to see her in person. Because I might react. Like, I couldn't, it would be,
Can I ask you guys something? What did you guys feel about Stormy ripping off those labels off those bottles? Did y'all see that?
No.
Oh my God, you got to watch it again. She
I
was sitting
did
there
You know
see
what?
it, but
I be watching Ma's bootleg.
she was ripping labels off of products, like she was like relabeling them or something.
yeah, because she said this is what her story was. I ain't saying it's true. Allegedly, she said that they put the wrong labels on hundreds of bottles.
Right. That was when they was
Okay.
at that Blaque Expo. That was one of the things that came up that she was stressed out about.
Right.
Okay.
So that's why she said those labels was coming off and she was trying to fix it.
Oh, okay. I thought
But
she
when
was
it
doing
comes to
that. I thought she was
anything,
doing a Latisha.
well, I wouldn't say that that's not what's being done altogether, but in this instance, she had a story lined up for us seeing that. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
Well, I hope that is true. I
you
hope
know
that is
what?
true.
I feel like this. When you think when you're doing things underhanded and you think you're on top, eventually it will fall. It will fall
Yeah,
eventually. So she will have to answer if she is doing wrong with her products. It will come out. It will come out. It always does. You know?
Yeah, I think Shop Reality TV said you've used her products before.
I did too.
Bless your heart. I won't even give her $1. I'm sorry. I just
This is
can't.
what she was. This is what she took Mel through the walkthrough. Was talking about how
Oh
she
yeah.
was managing to get the product out, and I saw Mel walk with her, and I love Mel, so I was like, if she walking with her, talking with her, let me
Mm-hmm.
get some of her products, and I forgot I got it. I got it like 3 months late, and that was like a year and
What?
a half ago.
Wow.
And I was like, after that, I bought it like 2 more times because my niece
Mm-hmm.
wanted one, so I bought her a set. And I
Mm-hmm.
have bought, I fell in love with the hair blossom serum. I fell in love with it.
Mm-hmm.
My hair got thicker, it got stronger. I think she put cayenne pepper inside the black castor oil, but I was so happy to support black business. But when I
Right.
saw the way she turned on Mel,
Mm.
yo, I was beside myself with like, oh, I said I would not ever, 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 ever. She lost so many customers behind that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't
Yeah.
even care if it's just a show.
No, that's her character.
That was betrayal. And then when she
Mm-hmm.
did that to Black Titanic, I said, I already dumped her.
Oh, child, you know we don't play that with our grandmas.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That
Mm-mm.
was ridiculous. And
Yeah.
I think she's trying to redeem herself with standing by Keke. But listen, Keke gonna be all right regardless if you stand by her or not. You know what I'm saying? But your character, what you did already before, I don't think because it's something that you can't. It's like a stain. You can't get that off. Like no.
I think
Mm-mm.
the only reason why she's trying to stand by Tiffany is because I think she do care. She comes from probably like some of us come from a family with addicts in it. But my thing is this.
Mhm.
I think Stormy likes to be around people that she got more than so she could feel better than them. And if somebody has equal to or more than her, that's where she feels intimidated and she's a mean girl and she's jealous hearted to me. So her, like she did with Destiny, she likes to be around people that's less than her, so she can act like she's better than them and they need her or whatever. I think it's bull crap.
Only reason why I gave her a little bit of brownie points is when she checked Tisha and Marsau. I said, yes,
Mm-hmm.
baby.
Yep.
I said I needed they punk cards to get pulled. I needed to see
Yep.
them,
Yep.
somebody that want to play, that like to get dirty like y'all like to get dirty. Yeah, get dirty with them.
And
Yeah.
you see how punkish Tisha was when it was all that
She
space. She didn't
she
have
ran out
nothing
of
to
there.
say. She
She
didn't
jumped
have
up and
nothing to
ran out
say.
of there
No, I'm
with her
talking
no
about at the
neck having
expo.
self.
At the expo, it was a lot of space. She didn't say anything.
Not no
But when they
neck.
went to that restaurant and the tables in between
Oh,
them
because she had
and the
Kimmi right
people,
there to back her up.
right? That's why then she ran off. Yeah,
Yeah,
she a
she ran
punk.
out of there. She's like, I'm never gonna have eat with them again. Child,
You're a
bye. Nobody
punk.
want to see you. I'm sick of your voice, your nasally sounding voice. I'm sick of it.
You didn't come with sneakers like you did at the Galentine. You didn't come with
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
sneakers. You
yeah.
punk.
Right. Because I think she was trying to tarnish Mel's brand. That's
Mm-hmm.
why she kept pushing that button and trying to
And
she was
Mel didn't
trying to
give it to her.
Mel ain't give it to her. No way, not for you. No. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
She was too jealous of Mel. Too eat, sleep, and just
Mm.
like Ariana, just eat, sleep, and breathe Mel. That stalker, obsessed. Mm-mm.
I can't see myself being like that over another woman. That's just sick.
Like her and Martell sat down and just was her Martell and Marsau was just all dreaming about Melody. Weirdos.
Weird.
I
Wow.
want to say one thing about Martell.
Hmm.
That boy and he's a boy,
True.
was so ridiculous with his, stance of, you felt like somebody was obligated to find you a place to stay. You felt like somebody owed you, the 8 months of staying in somebody else's house. That was ridiculous. Like his whole concept and critical thinking skills. I'm wondering between him, Maurice, and Tisha, if they all was like if they all dropped out of junior high school like Shari.
Mm.
Because it's like, how do y'all fathom it? And Tisha said she graduated with 2 masters or something. I don't believe
Yeah.
it. When
Well,
you do a
they got
presentation
online
with one
courses,
slide, I don't believe it.
but you got online courses. Remember that, because my cousin's boyfriend in Georgia was doing an online course, and then he ended up getting locked up, and he was paying the girl to do it, and he still was getting that money for doing that online course. So just because she got them degrees don't mean she earned them the right way. That's all I got to say about that. Telling you how
Wow.
people really get down now behind the scenes, because them online schools, they give you a check, every quarter,
Right.
and you do the work online, so they don't see you. They don't see who's doing the actual work. And he was
Right.
paying that girl a couple of $100 just to do his work for him, and she did it. And my cousin sent him the rest and kept her some. Yes.
But even when you in college, you don't do the work in class. You turn the
Nope.
work in, so you can always pay somebody to do your work.
That's right. That's right. Them cheat sheets and all that stuff. Yes.
Right. So I mean, that's always been like, something. But the fact that when she does presentations, she only has one slide. Like my daughter has to do presentations with like at least 12 slides. She's in like the 6th grade.
Oh.
Like she has
Didn't
one
know.
slide and that's that.
And then didn't even know how to continue to talk or bring it together.
Right. And that's like a basic, like you don't even need college for that. And the fact that she did not incorporate, like any brilliant business person would know, let's bring an expert on board to help, like, make sure everything is in place, or to give us like a little bit of more legitimacy in experts in certain fields, right? Because nobody is an expert in everything. Why wouldn't she incorporate Tiffany?
Right. Yeah.
It's like buffoonery.
She know Tiffany got a job. She know not just a job. She know Tiffany got a career. Whether you understand her career or not, don't play her like that. Don't play her like that. You know she got a career. Stop it.
And I'm like, why is Carlos continuously allowing them to portray this image? Because I heard that in one of the court things with, what was it, Zen Gardens, that the Zen Gardens lawyer had somebody else talk about how Marsau was pretending to be a builder, and they took the contract because they underbidded under the false pretenses of being a builder, when all they was just a builder on TV. And that's part of their court case with suing Marsau and Tisha for those millions of dollars. Yeah, they brought that up. Yeah, the hearing was this month. The starting hearings. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You gotta be kidding me. Fraud.
So I was like, I don't understand, like, why are they still on TV with all this fraud, and how far they gonna fall on their face is gonna be so humiliating to their kids. They got teenage kids.
Yes. And and how they try to say about Keke that, the police is looking for all of this stuff. If they was looking for her, they would have found her. Just like they found Hotel's brother real quick. They would have found her. They ain't looking for her like that. Yeah, that's crazy.
I thought that she was still fighting that case.
She's I think there's a lawsuit. She said she can't talk about it because there's a lawsuit going on. It ain't no criminal cases against her. She got a case against them for airing that and false pretenses. That's how she was saying
I
it.
wonder if you could look up and see if there was a criminal case. If anybody looked it up. Because from what I heard, that there was a criminal case and she's trying to fight the case. She's not trying to take a plea deal.
Well, I would think that since so many people are out to get her and they posted that, they would have pulled
They
that
would have
and
posted that, right?
too.
Yup.
They
You
would
right.
have loved to seal that deal.
Yup. You right.
Just like people saying Shirley Strawberry's divorced, but ain't nobody pulled out no divorce papers yet.
Child, that lady right there. Grind my gears. I don't want to talk about her.
Wow, thank you guys for joining us. Like, this has been like explosive. I'm happy that Omar is back because I literally missed the banter, the talks. I did miss it. So I'm literally so happy. Thank you for joining us, Melted Energy.
No
Thank you
problem.
for
Thank you
also
for having
joining
me.
us. Ladon, thank you for joining us. We hope we see you guys same time next week. And
Yes,
guys,
thank you. I missed you too.
thanks for joining us, viewers. Don't forget to like and comment on our videos. Don't also forget to subscribe to our individual YouTube channels. We'll see you guys same time next week.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.